The naked mole rat, pink, wrinkled, nearly blind, a sausage with teeth. It looks like a mistake. It's running one of the most organized societies on Earth. Up to 300 live underground. The colony has a government. This isn't poetry, it's a classification. In 1981, Jennifer Jarvis proved this rodent is eusocial, like ants, bees, and termites, a warm-blooded mammal running an insect empire. So here are the rules. Rule 1. Only the queen breeds, her and a few males, of 300. Rule 2. The rest stay children forever, never allowed to grow up. And here's who's stopping them. She keeps them sterile by shoving, patrolling, bullying until their bodies shut down. The rest split into jobs. Small ones dig, big ones guard with their teeth. Here's the part that should bother you. To rule, she grows. Her spine stretches with every litter. She doesn't get crowned. She remodels her skeleton into a throne. When she dies, the calm breaks. Females fight, sometimes to the death, for her seat. A mammal built a dictatorship and never told us, and it's not the only one underground. Cleaner Wrasse. This next one runs a business, and you've swum past it your whole life. Meet the blue streak cleaner Wrasse, a finger-length fish with a black racing stripe. It opens a shop on the reef called a cleaning station. Bigger fish line up, groupers, eels, even sharks, to get parasites picked off their skin, gills, and inside their mouths. Service for service. The wrasse eats well, the client leaves clean. It's not friendship, it's a market. And every market has rules. Rule 1. Reputation is everything. Scientists proved cleaners behave better when other fish are watching. They're managing their image. Rule 2. Never cheat a customer in public, because the wrasse would rather eat your protective slime than your parasites. And that bite makes you flinch. Do it with an audience watching, and you lose the next customer. Rule 3 is the dark one. Cleaners work in male-female pairs. If the female cheats and scares off a client, the male hunts her down and punishes her, so she learns to behave. A fish built a service economy, with reputation, fraud, and an enforcer. Croc has been awake since prehistoric times waiting for you to subscribe. Don't make him wait another 30,000 years. Vampire bat. This one keeps a ledger of who owes whom in blood. Meet the vampire bat. It survives on one thing, blood, lapped from a sleeping cow at night, and it lives on a knife's edge. Miss 2 or 3 nights of feeding, and a vampire bat starves to death. So the colony built itself a safety net out of each other. Here are the rules. Rule 1. Nobody starves alone. A bat that fed will throw up part of its meal straight into a hungry roommate's mouth. Rule 2. The colony keeps score. In 1984, Gerald Wilkinson proved these bats feed the ones who fed them. They remember their debts. And here's the part that should bother you. Most of these blood favors are between bats that aren't even related. These are friendships. And you don't get a friend for free. Trust is built in installments. First they groom each other, then they risk a meal. Pay your debts, and the bonds last for years, even back in the wild. Stop paying them back, and the colony quietly stops feeding you. A debt society in the dark, and the next one runs a farm. Leafcutter Ant. This one isn't a colony, it's a civilization with farms. Meet the leafcutter ant. You've seen the photo. A line of ants marching with little green leaf cutouts held overhead. Here's the twist. They don't eat the leaves. They carry them underground to feed a fungus. And then they eat the fungus. These ants are farmers, and the farm is a city of millions, dug out beneath your feet. Every city needs rules. Rule 1. Your job is your size. Tiny ants tend the garden, mid-sized ants cut and haul, and huge-headed soldiers guard the gates. Rule 2. Protect the crop or die. The whole society lives or dies on one fungus, so they run sanitation crews and seal their dead away in garbage chambers. Rule 3. Poison the enemy. When a mold attacks the farm, the ants grow antibiotic bacteria on their own bodies and dose the crop with it. And we weren't the first to do this. They were farming, using antibiotics, and running sanitation departments 50 million years before we existed. We didn't invent agriculture. We just showed up late. This empire was Hit's job. The next one takes a vote. African wild dog. Some packs follow a leader. This one holds a vote. Meet the African wild dog, also called the painted wolf. Big ears, a mottled coat, no two alike. They're the most successful big game hunters in Africa. Most of their hunts end in a kill. They don't ambush. They pick one target and run it to exhaustion. But the pack doesn't just charge off. First, they hold a rally, leaping, licking, a frenzy of greeting, and they put it to a vote. Rule 1. The pack votes by sneezing. Scientists found that before a hunt, the dogs sneeze. Once enough sneezes pile up, the whole pack rises and goes. Rule 2. Not every vote counts the same. If a top dog starts the rally, a few sneezes are enough. If a low-ranking one starts it, the pack needs far more.
And the vote isn't the strangest part.
When the kill is made, the pups eat first, then the sick, the injured, the old. A wild dog that can't hunt still gets fed. They run a democracy and a welfare state on 4 toes.
This pack decides together. The next one performs alone. Bowerbird. This next society is an art world with critics, trends, and fraud. Meet the bowerbird. The male spends months building this, a bower. It looks like a nest. It isn't. He'll never raise a chick in it. It's a stage, built for one purpose, to be judged. The female tours the bowers, inspects the work, and rejects most of them. So every male plays by the rules. Rule 1. Decoration is everything. He gathers hundreds of objects, berries, shells, flowers, bottle caps, sorts them by color, and paints the walls. Rule 2. Sabotage the competition. Males steal the best decorations from rivals and wreck their bowers while they're out. Rule 3. Cheat the eye. The great bowerbird lines up objects from small to large, a forced perspective trick that warps how big things look to the watching female. And they aren't born knowing how.
Young males spend years as apprentices, copying older artists, and every region has its own fashion. It's learned, copied, refined, and judged. The female judges them all and breeds with the best con artist on the block.
This one fakes its world for one critic. The next one speaks in code.
Sperm whale.
This next society spans a whole ocean, and to belong, you need the right accent.
Meet the sperm whale, biggest predator with teeth and the biggest brain on Earth. They live in tight families, mothers, daughters, and calves that stay together for decades. These families talk in cliques called codas, little rhythmic patterns, like Morse with a beat.
So here's how the society works.
Rule 1. Your family teaches you the accent. Calves aren't born knowing the codas. They learn them, like a dialect. Rule 2. Your accent is your clan. Families that share the same codas form a clan, thousands of whales across the ocean, and they only mix with their own. Rule 3. The family raises the calf together. A calf can't dive into the cold dark to feed, so the adults take turns babysitting at the surface.
And we still can't translate a word of it.
In 2024, researchers found their click code has structure, building blocks they combine and adjust, like an alphabet, the largest brain on the planet, running a culture we can't read.
This one inherits its code. The last one builds a city with no plans at all.
Termite.
We've seen societies with kings, voters, and critics. This last one has no one in charge at all.
Meet the termite. Blind, soft, and about the size of a grain of rice. Together, millions of them build this, a mound up to 9 meters tall. For their size, that's like us raising a tower 3 kilometers high. And the strangest part? Nobody is running the project because the rules don't need a boss. Rule 1. No one is in charge. The queen only lays eggs, she gives no orders and draws no plans. Rule 2. Follow the queue in front of you. Each worker reacts to the last pellet of scented mud, and from millions of tiny choices, a cathedral appears. Rule 3. The mound has to breathe. The whole structure works like a lung, tunnels that move stale air out and pull fresh air in.
And here's what makes no sense.
No blueprint, no manager, no plan, just instinct, and a chimney that works. Human architects copied these mounds to cool their own buildings. 8 secret societies, and the grandest one was built by no one.
I'm Croc. See you in the next one.